Hello, teachers. This is Teacher Regina, and I wanted to do a blind video because I'm not feeling very well right now. Right now, I am very, very tired. I wanted to make my first video reaching out to anyone who is interested in VIPKid, or even online teaching, and excuse me. I am so worn out. After classes, I just felt like I was crashing. And I've been trying to change my schedule up because in the recent weeks, I've been starting working at 3:30 in the morning and going until 9 because I'm on EST. Um, but yesterday I was really excited. My son came home from visiting with his dad, and I took him out to eat, and we got the calendar card from Chick-fil-A. So we went to Chick-fil-A, and I got my free nuggets, grilled, of course. I have celiac disease, by the way. And I think I just need to stop eating out entirely. I have tried to eat at Chick-fil-A. I almost always get cross-contaminated, and so I think that's what's happened to me. I did have some mild GI problems. They were so mild it's hard to tell from regular GI functions, and but so I must have just gotten a very small, very super minute amount of gluten, but it was enough to make me tired. And also, thankfully, I had a no-show today, so with a student no-show, not a teacher no-show. I would not be thankful if that were the case. Anyway, so I did have a well-placed student no-show, and like I said, it wasn't really out of the normal, but I know my body well enough that I know that it was a sign that if it came with other symptoms, I would know that it was because I was glutened. So I'm really tired. I probably need to drink water. Anyway, I I recorded. This is my third time. The first time I forgot to turn on the mic, so I spoke for 12 minutes or whatever it was. With the mic off. And then I did it again, and it was all over the place. So here I am. I wrote myself a little tiny list to try to stay focused. I'm having trouble with focus right now. Not having a lot of trouble with speech, but trying to find some of the words is very difficult right now. So anyway, that's what happened. I wanted to start the conversation about autoimmunity because I know I'm not the only teacher with VIPKid, with 30,000 of us, that has autoimmunity. And I wanted my first video to be more put together, but I'm really tired, and this is a really important topic to me. So I really want to go ahead and take the opportunity while I'm reacting to give you some idea of whether or not you can do it, especially if you're a new teacher or you're a timid teacher who doesn't want to schedule too much. I work VIPKid full-time right now. I have been doing this since April of 2017, and I'm on my second contract. And yes, so there are times it's been really difficult. I've had 4 teacher no-shows right now because of not being able to wake up, which is one of my signs of celiac disease from before, and it is a recurring issue for me. So I have really extremely obnoxious alarms to go off. So if I can do it, you can do it with autoimmunity. And one way you can do it, if you are concerned about having cancellations and teacher no-shows, is to do short notice booking. So if some teachers do short notice booking almost exclusively, and what your job is as a short notice teacher is to fill in when other teachers have emergencies come up. You will be a substitute of sorts. So that is one way you can make money as a VIPKid teacher. You get $2 per class in addition to your base pay for those short notice bookings. So you can make good money as a short notice teacher who has autoimmunity. So say you're having a flare because you have maybe lupus or some other autoimmune disease, or you got gluten and it happens a lot and you don't know what's going on. So go to short notice booking and you won't ever, just be careful and you won't have a no-show. But me, I do it full time. You're not guaranteed short notice classes, so it's a little bit risky, but if you're just doing it part time, it's not a big deal. I do it full time, so I try to get in on the booking frenzy at noon on Mondays, so that I have a full schedule. But it's not realistic for me to do short notice booking exclusively right now, so I do pre-booking. But anyway, so yes, I do it. I have celiac disease. I sometimes get gluten. I still work because it's usually just cross-contamination. I try to keep my cooking utensils and everything. I have separate pots for everything. And my son, he limits how much he actually makes of gluten-containing foods. And we're working out a situation of using the countertops and keeping them safe from gluten as well. So that's part of my protocol. What happens if I get hit? What if I get glutened? Well, it depends on my symptoms, obviously. Today it's going to be a nap. That's a part of my treatment process, is to get a nap. But even when you're not reacting from autoimmunity, you can get sick with the stomach virus. So what do you do for the stomach virus? You do the same thing for gluten, because you are involving the gastrointestinal tract almost always for celiacs. So, or if you have non-celiac gluten intolerance. For some reason, intolerance is a hard word for me to remember today. It's the second time I stumbled over that word. Anyway, so this is what happens. My brain is part of my reactivity. So if you're dealing with gastro problems, you need to make sure you're getting enough to drink, enough water to drink. And we often use caffeine to give us pep and keep us up for the students. So we need to replace the water loss from diuretic use. So make sure you're getting plenty to drink. And this is the protocol for overnighters as well. You want to make sure you're having enough water to get you through, because there's a point at which the effectiveness of caffeine is going to drop off. And it's because you have low water volume. So you need to make sure you're drinking enough water, even for overnights, and especially if you have autoimmunity. I also try to keep papaya enzyme handy. Sometimes my GI problems include nausea, and so I try to keep those to help help ease my digestion. It also has anti-inflammatory properties, which pineapple also has anti-inflammatory properties, and a lot of brightly colored fruits like the berries have anti-inflammatory properties. I do use ibuprofen if I really have to, or if I have a headache. A lot of celiacs should not use ibuprofen because it can cause bleeding. I do have GI bleeding, but I also have to work. So, I do use ibuprofen and I do load up on it because I have to get through my shift. But I try to limit the times. I try to be very judicious in my use of it. So, is this a time I can get by without it? Or do I really have to have it? If you have other autoimmunity, you can do ibuprofen if your doctor says it's okay. If you can't use ibuprofen, you can do a berry smoothie. Go make a blueberry smoothie in between classes, or if you've got a no-show. Except try to brush your teeth before you come to class because you got the blue mouth, Anyway, so yes, you can do it. I can do it. We can do it. And we can be there for each other. Even if you're not part of the VIPKid community, you can leave me a comment. Let's get this conversation going. We've still got to work. We've still got bills to pay. So let's talk about it and see what we can do to help each other out. Share recipes or give advice or whatever. I'm so happy that you have listened to me talk for this long, and I seem to have done okay as far as rambling. Maybe I rambled a little bit, but I hope you got something out of it. If you're a prospective teacher, you can do it even if you have autoimmunity. You can do the overnighters if you have some sort of control over your autoimmunity, whether by medications or, in my case, if you're a celiac, you can try to really stick to the gluten-free diet. And I hope I have future videos to share regarding snacks and staying pepped up during those long hours. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any thoughts or advice to share with anyone else who might be reading, please share those comments and just find me in one of the VIPKid groups. I'm a part of a few of them. So happy teaching, you guys. Goodbye.